Good morning, students. Today I will take another class on report writing. Now, at the very first slide, we need to understand what is a report. As per the definition, a report is a written statement which is prepared for the benefit of others, describing what has happened, and it is also a state of affairs normally based on our investigation. So, this is the definition. Apart from this definition, you should always keep in mind that a report is a piece of factual writing. It is usually based on some kind of research or real life experience. A report usually focuses on factual information about the past, but you should also include a recommendation along with your report. Always keep in mind that a report is not a letter. Now, the purpose and the uh, target of the report. What is the purpose of report? Uh, a report is always written to give some specific information. How do you give specific information? Obviously, by evaluating something, some incidents or some events. And of course, at the end of any report, you have to make suggestions or give recommendations. Next is target reader, for whom you are preparing this report. Your target readers are usually the person who is asking for the report. This may be an official group of people in your authority or in your official place. It may be your employer or a group of colleague with whom you work. Next, a few questions to think before writing a report. What is these questions? These are very common questions. Asking these questions, or if these questions are generated in your mind, then probably these questions will help you, or the answers of finding these questions may help you to write the report in a better way. Like, what have I been asked to do? What you actually have to do by writing a report? Then, who is the report for whom you have to write a report, or what kind of information do you think the target reader will be interested in? That means what kind of information you have to put in your report so that you can write a very factful information or informative report. What will they expect to achieve by reading the report? What kind of decisions your authority or the persons who has given you the responsibility to write a report will be happy? What kind of information you should include in your report, etc. What specific areas do I need to cover? What are the areas you need to closely monitor to write this report? What factual information do I need to present? What kind of information you need to add in your report? What have I discovered? What you have found out during your investigation? What are my general opinion on the result? On the basis of your findings, what conclusions you have drawn? You have to mention what particular recommendations do I wish to make. I mean, if you have any particular recommendation and suggestion to provide to your authority, then what kind of information or suggestions you are going to make? Uh, like what type of information you should include during the report writing. First one is ensure that you fully understand the purpose of the report, why you are writing this report, or why your organization has given you the authority to write a report. That should be very clear to you. Unless you will not be able to write a good report. You have to make a number of points in answer to the questions. I mean, you have to uh, explain each and every crucial points by dividing them into different bullets or points. Use section headings for clarity, which can be underlined as well. Very important or specific informations should be underlined so that they can draw immediate attention of the reader, or any factful or tactful information may not be missed out. Include true facts, precise wording, supporting data, and reference to sources. Give description and explanation in support of each argument. You have to explain each and every crucial information in a very clear and precise way so that the readers of the report or the authority of the organization for whom you are writing this report may understand each and every detail uh, you know uh, very easily. Then summarize your conclusion in the final part and conclude with a personal recommendation. Then the style, like the first point is accuracy. What does accuracy means? It means you have to use very precise and correct language, grammar, spelling, and punctuation, etc., in a specific and correct way. Then clarity. Clarity means you have to organize the text, uh, the language very clearly by using sections, subsections, headings, subheadings, numbering, and bulleting. Concision means you need to avoid unnecessary detail and sentences that are too long. You need to avoid repetitions of a word or sentences. You need to avoid the exaggeration of information. You have to give essential information only, and your evaluation and recommendation should be given. Then objectivity. Objectivity means you have to include all the relevant information and you never be biased. Try to analyze your experiences, not simply describe them. You will need narrative tense for this. Use an impersonal tone. Avoid the overuse of the pronouns like I. Rather, use passive and reporting structures instead of I. It was decided, like most employees agreed that, okay, like a lot of people express their dissatisfaction with, like it was generally felt that this type of impersonal tone, it will make the pattern of the report better. Then the structure means the layout of the report. First of all, you have to write the title of the report, then introduction, then procedure, then findings, then conclusions, then recommendations. So this is mainly the structure of the report. Like in the introduction, uh, you have to state the purpose and the subject of the report, and you have to underline the essential information only, like who asked for it, what is to be investigated, what kind of information is required, when should it be submitted, etc. In the procedure part, you have to underline the steps taken to make an investigation. It explains how the data were collected, listing sources, uh, your consultation with the other members or other persons who helped you to write this project or come to a conclusion, etc. Next, the findings. Under findings, you have to set out the information itself with appropriate headings and subheadings if the report covers more than one topic, obviously. Then conclusion. It summarizes the main findings and assessments and draws conclusion. And lastly comes the recommendation. The writer of the report may suggest the solution to the problem investigated under this part. So recommendation is very vital because it adds some new insight into the report, and on the basis of these suggestions and recommendations, your supreme authority can think in a different way or can implement some of your recommendations in the workplace, which may do some betterment for the organization. Now, there are three types of reports in your syllabus. One is feasibility report, one is progress report, and the other is industrial accident report. So, these are mainly the three types of reports you have to cover in your syllabus. Now, let me explain a bit about each type of report. First comes the feasibility report. What is feasibility report? Feasibility report deals with always future activity. That means, let me explain with a bit, real life examples. Like you are working in an organization which mainly, mm, you know, provides construction work. Now, one offshore company or one foreign company has recently given you one project to complete within a stipulated time frame. It's a golden opportunity for your organization to deal with this kind of project because this is the first time you are going to work with a foreign client. Now, your organization, the supreme authority, like the chairman of your organization, has given you the responsibility to investigate and come to a decision whether your organization should, accept this project or reject this project. So, what you have to do, you have to evaluate the present employees, number of employees, their skill set, the expertise level of the employees, the experience level of the employees, and other relevant details which will be helpful to complete this project successfully. After evaluating all the factors and parameters, if you decide or come to a conclusion that yes, your organization should accept this project, then obviously uh, you will write your suggestion or recommendation at the end of your project. So if your organization accept this project, so you will be dealing with this project, but still now your organization has not accepted this project. So you are writing a report on a future activity or future course of action. This type of report is called the feasibility report. Now, the second type of report is progress report. What is progress report? Progress report means you are now dealing with some ongoing activity. That means, suppose your organization has accepted that the proposal of the foreign client and your organization is dealing with the project. Suppose you have to deliver the project within 3 months of time period and already 1.5 months have passed. Now, your managing director has given you another responsibility to investigate the matter about the progress of the report. Now, at this point of time, as 1.5 months has already been passed, and you have to list down the activities that has already been completed and the pending works, so that some precautionary measures can be taken to complete that pending works and the project can be delivered within due time. So now you're writing a report on an ongoing project which has already been started in the past. The activity has already started in the past and is going on, has not ended. So this type of project is called the progress. This type of report is called the progress report. Now comes the industrial accident report. Industrial accident report The name itself describes the nature of the report. Obviously, it is an accidental report, but the accident should take place within the premise of the organization. Suppose one employee is coming back home, and on the way to his home, he fell on an accident. He was injured by an accident. This type of accident will not be considered as industrial accident. If an employee uh, becomes injured or wounded during his working time within the organization, within the premise of the organization, then we can call this report an industrial accident report. uh, Take an example, industrial accident report. Here is given one question like, suppose one mechanic fell from the ladder while working in the night shift. You are the shift supervisor. Write a report to the vice chairman of your organization informing him of the tragic incident. So it's all about an industrial accident. Now here is given one format of incident report. That means employee details, name of the employee or name of the mechanic who fell from the ladder, department means the department of the mechanic, phone number, the contact number of the mechanic. Then comes the description of the incident. Under this heading, you need to mention the location, the exact place where the accident happened, date, on that particular day or date when the accident happened, time, the time of the accident, police notified, yes or no, whether your organization has informed police about the accident or not. Incident details, you have to describe the total or complete incident here step by step, the name of the employee, uh, how this incident happened, after the incident what measures your organization had taken, now what is the status of the employee, okay, etc., etc. All these steps you have to narrate. Then comes the incident causes. Here you have to mention the cause of the accident. You have to mention this cause of the accident by using headings and subheadings. You can use bullets or numbering too. You have to describe specific to the point information, and always you have to mention the references, like from whom you have received this information. You have to mention the source of the information, like as per the opinion of the co-workers, the mechanic fell from the ladder due to, you have to mention the reason, okay. Or as per the opinion of the witness who were present at that time at the place of accident, then you have to mention the reason as per the opinion of the witness. So you have to mention the source of your information, and you have to mention all the points very precisely and clearly. Now comes the follow-up recommendations. Under this point you have to mention particularly your suggestions, your views, and your recommendations which you think your organization should follow to avoid such kind of accidents in future. Okay, so these are the recommendations. Now comes the reported by. Reported by means the name of the person who is writing this report. That means your name, as you are investigating and you are writing this report, so you have to mention your name, your position in the organization, that means your designation, department, the department you belong to. So these are the very important points you need to mention. Fine. uh, so report writing means you have to put very specific and concise, factful information, meaningful information, so that to whom you are writing this report, that person may understand the total scenario in a clear way and may be able to come to a conclusion. And obviously the responsibility is on you to make impartial information investigation and draw out the exact information as much as possible, so that it can help your authority to provide a base of making decision. So this is all about a report writing. Here I have given only one example of incident report writing or industrial accident report writing. In the later slides, I will also mention how to write feasibility and progress reports. Until then, bye bye.